So Mike, we've been talking with everybody here about Social Security disability, and it just made me think, why did you get involved in this area? Because you've been practicing for a long time and you've done a lot of jury trials. Why did you choose Social Security disability?
Well, actually, after having having had a very good career in what I did, doing personal injury and that sort of thing, I found that Social Security disability was probably the most rewarding area of the law for me, because I would get thank you notes from clients, and you would never get that in other areas of the law. And matter of fact, I started doing this when my brother became mentally ill back in 1974. I was the one that pushed through his application, and then, unfortunately, schizophrenia ran rampant, excuse me, in my cousin's side of the family, so I had to, I was dealing with their claims as well, being in college, and none of them were, and it was like, Mike, can you help me out? Can we help out? So, my involvement with the system goes way, way back, and I can see how things have changed since then. But even when I ended up, practicing law, I started as a prosecutor, and had about 70, maybe 80 jury trials. Had the highest conviction rate in the state for almost 2 years, and I just there was something I just didn't feel, I didn't like doing it anymore. So I made the jump over to private practice, worked for a medical malpractice personal injury firm, and learned how to do that, workers' compensation. And then I started off on my own, and when I was doing workers' compensation, I noticed that the carriers were trying to starve out my clients. So the ones that were seriously disabled, what I would do is I would take them down to the local Social Security office, and I'd help them make their applications. And they'd get them filed, and then back, this is 20 years ago, you would take the case in, and within 300 days it was adjudicated. It was in front of the judge. There was no waiting a year or 2 or 3 years to, because of the backlog. So that's a big change in the past. But by doing that, I get my clients on Social Security disability, so instead of having to settle their workers' compensation case because they were in need of the money, we could actually wait out the insurance company, and instead of us being the mice, we ended up being the cats. So if the insurance company really wanted to settle, badly enough, then they would put the kind of money on the table that made the case justifiable, as opposed to throwing some money on the table and hoping that a needy client would gobble it up and take it and run with it. And insurance companies don't care. So that's kind of how I got involved with this. And the more I did it, the more I liked it. We also started to develop, when you came aboard 12 years ago, a railroad retirement board practice, which also dovetails very well with our Social Security cases. And it also offers me a chance to travel with both the railroad retirement board cases and the Social Security cases. We don't abandon our clients because they move out of state or go elsewhere. That's just part of practicing law here in the state of Florida. So, they both get me out of town from time to time, and it's nice to see other places.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
How would you describe this practice as different from prosecuting?
Well, what we'll do is we'll do that on the next video.
Okay.
Okay? Thanks.